like getting here. It was great. Co-producing on Broadway. I came with my sister Nancy, who's seen it a million times, and her husband Alan. All terrified, but oh my God, we totally loved it. I came with my aunt, who never saw it before. She was really smiling the whole time, of course, during Still the One. She was like, oh my God. Anyway, it was great. So shout out to the direction, shout out to the cast, the live band. I mean, it was at so much with tracks in Arizona, so it's amazing you guys have a live band. It was really, really good. Theater in other cities, so I really appreciate that. So I'm fleeing after this to go see Betty Buckley in Hello Dolly with my family in Kennedy Center. I know, I can't wait. By the way, it's like the fourth time I've seen it. But anyway, I will take questions or I'll just babble. So does anybody? Yes, first hand up. Funny story. Basically, I have adult ADD, and it sounds like a joke, I really do. So I actually thought of this idea in the early 90s, before there were really jukebox musicals, and it was kind of based on my brother and I, like back in the 70s, there was a song called Mr. Jaws, which I did not know, but there was but there was another song like it, I can't remember the name, but the point is we did a tape when I was a little boy, where I was Seth Ackerman, the news person, and he was like, what do you think of Golden My Ear? And he was like, she's an evil woman, like just two jokes like that, right? So like, I mean, but the point is we did jokes like that, so my whole life was so funny when responses would be in songs. So in the early 90s, I was doing Choco Forever Plaid, and I was like, oh my God, it would be so great if we could have a disaster musical, because I'm obsessed with disasters, I love those movies, and all the songs would be from the 70s, because all the movies took place in the 70s. And at that point, I thought the disaster should be the big 70s disaster in New York, which was the blackout in 1977. So that was always my idea, and I had an old file in my house called Blackout 77. I had to go to the New York City Public Library, because this was before the internet, and look up songs from the 70s. I have all these lists that I photocopied, and literally 20 years passed. So, no joke, so I get married, or I guess no, it was 20 years. So then I get married, I'm driving back to my husband James, and he's like, you have to write that show. He's like, it sounds so fun. I'm like, I know. But literally, I was going, I know, but adult ADD, like, I can't do anything without a deadline. So finally, in 2011, this charity that I work for called Only Make Believe, they bring theater to hospitalized children. It's a great charity. And I always do a comedy show for them and do a fundraiser, and one year they said we want you to do another fundraiser. And I was like, instead of doing my comedy act, this will actually force me to write the show. So why not? I have an idea for a show. I'm going to write a show. And I kind of based it on, there was a book by Charles Bush called Forest of Lost Atlantis, about how he wrote Vampire Lesbians of Sodom. He kind of just booked the theater, and then he forced himself to write the show in 2 weeks. So I was so, and he cast all his friends. He said, I want to do that. I want to write a show and surround myself with all my friends. So I gave myself a 3-month deadline, and my closest friend Jack lived in LA, and we both just started writing it on the phone. And that was in March of 2011. And we did this one at Cockpit, then we moved to Off-Broadway Off-Broadway 2012. We moved to Off-Broadway 2013, closed in 2014, and opened on Broadway in 2016. So it took 5 years till I got to Broadway, but it kind of took 20 years to be going, hey, I should write this show. So it's a tough answer. Yes, it was wonderful. Yes, and actually, I think it's a great story for artists out there. 2 different answers to that, because basically every song we wanted that we didn't get kind of turned into something better, and that's why I think it's really good for artists to hear this, because a lot of times you're like, oh, if only I got that job. Sometimes you don't know what great things are going to happen. So when we were off-Broadway, Jackie's looking for Ben is missing. This guy would come up to her in Act 2 and say, oh, stop being such a crybaby, I'll just go up this ladder and go look for Ben. And she's like, watch out, the ladder's broken. And he's like, don't be such a baby. And as he was climbing, he was like, and then he was like, oh. So it got a crazy laugh. Cut to, we'd go on Broadway, and we asked for the rights, and the rights were denied. And it was Anthony Ripperton, who died of cancer. I think it was written as a love song, and maybe the person that wrote it was like, I don't really think it's funny. Like, I don't know. I think they were just like, you're not getting the rights. So we were sort of like devastated over it. But because of that, we wound up coming with the idea of a 1, 2, 3 jump, and the body falling, which wound up being like one of the biggest laughs in Act 2. So we were devastated, but it totally paid off, except for the very first preview. When we went 1, 2, 3 jump, and it didn't work. And literally nothing happened on Broadway. And we're just like, anywho. Okay, so, and then the second story is when we were off Broadway, ever since we began, we did the song for The Nun, where she was in the slot machine, and it was the song, Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm yours. And it was, hilarious, and Jennifer Samara wound up getting a Drama Desk nomination for it, and it was like, the most amazing, yeah, she was amazing, most amazing song in the show, like the Bring Down the House song. Maybe 6 weeks before we came to Broadway, we found out we were denied the rights. And we kind of suspected we were going to be denied the rights, but I was in denial about it. But James, my husband, kept researching songs. So finally, 6 weeks before, we know we're giving up the rights, and I decided we should do the song Heaven Knows by Donna Summer. Because my Heaven is about a nun, and she's like, Heaven knows I'm never gonna leave you. I'm like, it's so relevant to the slot machine. Meanwhile, I was sort of like, what's gonna happen in that echo section? You go down inside, down, and I'm like, is the slot machine gonna sing back? I didn't really think it through. So I was like, oh, I'll work it out. And I even videotaped myself doing it in my house to show Jennifer Smart, and I could be really funny. Anyway, James, my husband, was like, not letting up, and he's like, I'm looking at songs, I'm like, you have to stop. I'm like, I already picked the song. So finally, he said to me, he goes, well, what about Never Can Say Goodbye? And I was like, whatever. And I looked at it and I was like, wait, I think these lyrics totally make sense. Like, actually, this works even better. And then, by the way, I was like, we're going to use it. And then he kept researching. I was like, now you're annoying me. But what he found out was that he found out there was a Michael Jackson version, which is the version I knew. But then he found out there was a Gloria Gaynor version, which I had never heard. And that's why the first part is, never can say goodbye. And then it goes, don't wanna let you know. And it goes, disco, I'm never, which I didn't know about that, so I combined both. And the end of the story is it wound up actually being, well, actually, it always makes me cry. It's so emotional and I had so I had to call Jennifer and I'd be like, your song is done. And then she was like, of course, traumatized. But then I was like, don't worry. I said, we found out the song for you. It was Thanksgiving, I remember. She called me back, and we began rehearsals January 3rd. She called me back, she's like, Tommy, is this something good? We're going to make it even better. And I know I'm so emotional, but at that point, it was a big deal because it actually was better. And she wound up getting the Tony nomination.
This being Pride Week in Baltimore, I want to especially thank you and James for all of your work that you do in New York City, for charities that you promote all over the country, all over the world.
Wow, thank you.
Number 2 is your work with housing animals in New York City.
Yeah, we didn't go too far. We now have 4 dogs. But,
some of the songs and the plot, like Chicken and Egg.
Yeah, that's a good question. I know what you're asking. So when I was writing the show, my friend Drew, who started writing with me, he's credited, Drew Rudetsky, his brother gave him like a recording of like the top 200 songs of the 70s. So these are the days when I had like a giant iPod when I first writing. iPad, what the hell is the small one? Whatever the hell it's called. And I was at the gym and I was listening to the songs, and I was like, oh my god, I love the song. So I'd be like, how do I get this in? So I was like, oh, what if it's about someone that doesn't know the lyric of a song, and that's why it keeps echoing her, and that's why I came up with Mockingbird. So I would keep coming up and thinking, like, how I love this song, how can I get the song in? So that's kind of how a lot, like Knock on Wood, I was like, I'm obsessed with it, and I was like, oh, maybe the knocking causes an earthquake. But then other songs would be like, my writing partner, Jack Plotkin, was like, you really should put the song Feelings in. He said, the whole show is about people denying their feelings and pushing them down. And I was like, that's kind of a sappy song. And then I was like, wait a minute, what if Ted's first wife was like, whoa, Ching? She was actually literally singing and she was, whoa. So it was kind of whoa. It was like Jack, he would pick songs to me, and then we would make them work. And other ones, it was just like, I have to have the song in the show, and we would just get in the show. So it was really a little bit of both. Yes?
Also, the next movie you picked, which is your favorite?
Oh, 100% Saturday Night. Saturday Night is a brilliant, not the remake, the original is so brilliant. The characters, there's such devastating characters. It is like so devastating when Shelley Winters, the spoiler alert, when she passes away. The disaster is so scary. It's 100% watch that one. Not everything about the movie about snakes. Terrific. Yes, sir.
Seth, was it you that came up with the coral bliss spa?
No, and it's so funny, some of the biggest laughs in the show, no, that was literally the set designer, Tobin Oaks, was like, what if this sea falls off, coral bliss, and cut to one of the biggest laughs in the show, I'm like, great, didn't write it. Yes, in front of us. No, I am dog obsessed, and I always get annoyed about people that breed their own dogs, so half me, half people's like, shut up. So, we rescue all of our dogs, but you know, when we were writing Laura, she was such a biatch. We were like, we've got to give her a heart. We've got to give her something that she cares about, and that's why she was just, at first, baby wasn't, I mean, so interesting, I was thinking, write a show, it's like, there's an empty chasm in front of you, and you're putting down wood, you're just walking across it. So like, it was just Lavore was just this biatch, and then halfway through, I'm like, God, she's so mean. So I've got to give her something that she cares about, and that's when we came up with Baby, and then we went backwards, and we kind of put it through the show, but Baby was not in the show. Oh, that was the thing too, I think I was walking my dog, and that's when I came up with Come to Me, and I was like, what if Baby escapes, and, because I love you, and she goes, oh, Baby, and I'm like, anyway, yes, anybody, yes sir.
I was thinking before, probably nice.
Oh, my book?
Oh my gosh. I used to have so many people on what their feelings are after they get.
Thank you. Wow, they have good effects on me too.
Another thing, you took on so much for this show, including being on Facebook. How did you deal with all
You know, well, of course it was really fun, but it definitely was difficult because, like, you know, constantly, like, trying to be active and having your ear cocked about, like, what joke is working, what joke isn't working. So it definitely was difficult, and then I was part of it was like, oh, should I pull a little more Miranda and, like, swing myself out and watch someone else play the role? And I'm like, I don't really want to play the role, so I don't really want to play the So, but it was definitely difficult. I mean, the worst, the classic story, which you guys will identify with. So at the beginning of Act 2, when Maury, where does it hurt? And she grabs me and goes, ow, right there. So that got a crazy laugh off Broadway. And it's a stupid joke, but it always laughed. Where does it hurt? She grabs me, ow, right there. So we're on Broadway, and it's like the first week of previews, and it's still not getting a laugh. So it happens, it's getting a laugh, so I'm backstage with Roger Bart, playing Tony, and I was like, I don't understand why that's not getting a laugh. I'm like, I don't know if Kevin is playing it big enough for this big Prince thing, and I keep talking about it. Cut to 1 second after that joke, I was just making my entrance. So literally, while they were on stage waiting for me, the whole audience was like, I don't know why Big Prince is not getting a laugh on that. Literally, my microphone was on. And that's why the show's not getting a laugh. So sometimes it was difficult. Yes. Anybody? Yes, sir.
Your favorite character was denied.
Yes. She reminded me of Molly Shannon. Yes, but I don't think Molly Shannon felt so high at work. People always says like how you, to me it's the opposite, like how do people fit in working a full long day job and raising a family? Like that to me is, I can't imagine like waking up that early, having to go to work, to the end of the day you get back like 6:30, you have to make dinner. Like that to me is crazy. All my jobs take an hour. I just feel like I'll write something for an hour, like I'll do like a show for an hour and a half, like nothing I do, the worst job I ever had for me was when I was a comedy writer on the Rosie O'Donnell show, because it was like a 9-to-5 job and I literally was going to kill myself. Like, it's only about adult ADD, it's like I can't be long, it's very easy for me to do short spurts of intense work, I can't do long things, so it's not difficult for me. And actually, I work best when I'm under pressure. When I was writing one of my books, I could not think of the ending, and it wasn't until I was filming this movie with Royal G. Merman that every time they would yell cut, I would like run to my keyboard and write like that. It helps me have a lot of pressure, but if I have a lot of free time, I'm a horrible person. Give you an update of what's next. I am writing a play musical about community theater. So, and I'm like halfway done with that. And there's a possibility, an early possibility, but it could be amazing if it happens, that Disaster will actually become a film. And it's from not being it, me. But it's not I don't want big stars, so I'm totally fine with that. Anybody else from Baltimore general area? Yes, sir.
What are some of your favorite musicals?
Oh, all the good ones. Gypsy, Chorus Line, Dreamgirls, basically everything that's good. Everything. 1979. Yes.
During your run while you were on Broadway, what was the biggest concession that happened on stage?
Oh, God, we had a lot of sessions. It's so stupid. I don't know if it's going to be funny, but we laugh so hard. When I do the scene with Rachel York with Jackie, she would say, we haven't had a tremor in a while, maybe nothing will happen. Well, I saw her eyes go blank, and she was like, we haven't had a thing in a while. So we became obsessed with it, and at the end of Act 1, we were going to go, that was a nightmare. I don't know, the body not falling in the first preview was devastating. I don't know, James, do you think of anything else that really happened
Adam and Felix.
Oh, Adam, yeah, for feelings. So you know when we run out, the beginning of feelings, like, I don't need her, I'm happy, I don't need him, I'm happy that Adam should come out. At the beginning of feelings, well, he completely didn't come out. And he obviously realized he didn't come out, but as soon as the song began, he heard. So after the show, I was talking to my friend Paul, who played Welcome Man, and I was like, he didn't know his mic was on. Paul goes, did you know the show was on? Yes, I'm in the background.
What's your favorite pit to play in?
Oh, favorite orchestra it's playing? So interesting because for the musicians out there, I know you guys will identify. It's like sometimes a show can be amazing, but actually playing the pit is not fun. Like when I played the Producers was like the biggest hit, in the world at the time, the Mel Brooks musical. But playing the pit, like my keyboard, it was an electric keyboard, didn't have an amp facing towards me, so I would play the whole show and literally never hear myself. So it literally sounded like this. So 2.5 hours of making music where you don't hear yourself, because it's all pumped into the house. So it was really unfun. Whereas like a show like Seussical wasn't a hit, but it was like an amazing piano block. So Seussical was super fun. Probably the most favorite I ever played on Broadway was Ragtime. It was an amazing piano part. So many piano solos. Like I love playing Ragtime, and I love the chorus line too. Yes, oh little boy, you were so excellent. Excellent. It was, the hardest things, the hardest things were songwrites. Like, I didn't even realize till, 2 weeks into rehearsals for Broadway, we actually didn't have all the songwrites, and we were missing, 14 of them. And then it's you can't really, rewrite the script. I found that out later. They kind of left me out of that. So that would have been, traumatic. It would have been, the opening song are hot stuff. Now it's Bad Girls. I don't know why. So that would have been terrible. But, and also, we were doing once a presentation of the show with Christine Ebersol. And she was, no, Christine Ebersol, she was playing Shirley. And it was 3 days before, and it was great. And then she was like, hello? No, I have a show on Monday, New Disaster. No, I told you I can't. I can't. Okay. And she literally got a TV show, and had to leave 2 days before. So it was devastating. But then Andrew Martin took over, was amazing. So those were maybe the only moments where my heart was dropped. This show was so much, the laughing, the non-stop laughing, we had an incredible time with the show together. Every cast I've done, I've always had the best time. But yes, ma'am.
Did you have any choice in picking the actors
Basically all the actors that I had phone numbers to on my phone. Almost everybody in the show, it was my dream, the Charles Bush thing, where I wanted to be all my friends. So I texted everybody. Adam Pascal, Craig Butler, Pate Prince. The only ones I didn't literally text were the really young chorus people, because they're a new generation, so I didn't know them. So we had auditions for the ensemble people, but almost everyone in the show was completely handpicked by me. All of my friends have known forever. The reason I work with Pate Prince is because we've been in group therapy together for 5 years, so we were really close. Yes.
I was just wondering if you need any more friends.
Hilarious. Yes.
Is it easier to get right now than it was 20 years ago?
You know what? I thank God for not getting to do the rights. We basically, that was something one of the reasons the show had trouble coming to Broadway, everyone was like, we're going to get those rights, but not based in any reality. And then we asked this woman that did Rock of Ages, her name is Janet Billy Rich, and she was like, whatever. So let's just call all the record companies. And she never really had a problem. I can't think of just those little handful of songs. So I don't know anything about getting rights, but it wasn't a problem. It just took a while.
You have to pay.
Yeah, you pay basically, I think the way it works is there's a percentage that goes towards, let's say, the composer lyricist for a regular Broadway show, and that percentage is broken up between the different record companies. So that's how it is. The show has money from director, choreographer, and the money that only goes to them is broken up between all these different writers.
Are you working on an original score?
I'm not a composer. No, I wish I were, because I would write something original, but no, I'm a good piano player, but I ain't a composer. No, even the community theater show is all songs that already exist. I don't know. There's some original shows with horrific score. You know what I mean? Still alive?
It takes a genius to come up with your concept.
Why, thank you. All right, listen, we have to go to the Kennedy Center. I'll ask one more question. Go ahead. Boy.
Do you have a role in any musical that you want to play and have had a chance to?
Effie and Dreamgirls? No, you know what? I'm one of those people that really doesn't want to originate, and no, I'd like to originate a role. And just on a side note, my big cause célèbre on Sirius XM is that there really should be a separate category for people that originate roles. Like, work for Mama Rose. It's like, right, everyone does. I mean, it's just so much. I mean, you guys know what it's like to create a role from scratch. It's like such a different experience to take a brilliant role. So I would like to originate. So any writers out there, I'm available. Anyway, congratulations, cast amazing.